Welcome to the After the Show movie podcast, brought to you by your hosts, Ace Scully and Cidtalk. We're addicted to movies. Are you? What do you know about accountancy, Cidtalk?
Yeah, there's a column that costs money and a column that makes money.
Excel. That's what
Yes. Oh, I can do a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
That's not the before the after the show discussion.
This movie was, and this is about accountancy.
Yeah, and you were talking accountancy about how much movies cost, and we won't get into it again because I find it vulgar, but
Movies
that
cost,
was the before the after the show discussion.
Movies cost money.
Aye,
And
they do.
And this one was no exception.
True. Oh, no exception. You know, I love that phrase.
Dun, dun. All right, it's Saturday, August the 23rd. This is After the Show number 905. We're a weekly movie review podcast, and every week we look at a new movie. This week we look at the movie The Accountant 2.
We've done this 904 times, and this is
We've done it more than that because we've got some in the bank.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a 2025 release, out now on streaming 4K Blu-ray. It's rated R. Its runtime is 2 hours and 12 minutes. And it's from MGM, Amazon, Warner Brothers, who sent us a copy for review. Cidtalk, can you give us the synopsis of the movie The Accountant 2?
Ben Affleck and Shane from Walking Dead do a thing to save somebody? Is that it? Is that it?
I was going to say Shane from Walking Dead, but he's in the Punisher mode.
Yeah, he's still Shane. He's the same character.
They're all the same character, all three of them.
Kind of.
It says here, Christian Wolf applies his brilliant mind and illegal methods to reconstruct the unsolved puzzle of a Treasury chief's murder.
Okay.
That's what happens.
It is. I mean,
that
is technically what happened.
All right, so the original movie, The Accountant, came out in 2016. We watched it and reviewed it. If you go back and look at our old podcasts, we watched the original. But like I said to you earlier, who was waiting for The Accountant 2?
Obviously, Ben.
Yeah, somebody was. So The Accountant 2 came along. I'd forgot about The Accountant. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of remember. We watched a recap last night, a
Correct.
4-minute recap on YouTube.
Definitely needed the recap.
And the recap was the kind of recap where you would watch it and go, did I even watch that movie? Because there's like 2 scenes that I remember from it. The Accountant 2 came along today and we watched it. And what did you think of it?
It looks good. It's well made. I'm entertained by some things.
So this doesn't sound that positive.
I was into it like the whole time. I totally bought into the story because I don't know. It fit right, but it's very down the middle of the road for me. Even though there's a couple of good fight scenes that I don't normally like, but I didn't not enjoy it. How's that?
I will say it was okay, right? Like as far as an action movie goes, it had some action and it was implausible, kind of.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah. The problem I had with it was, I don't know if it's to do with the construction of the story, but I felt lost a lot of the time. And it when it came down to it, I don't think it's that complicated of a story, but there were times in the movie where I was going, did I nod off and miss something? Because what are we doing now? Or how does this person connect to this thing?
Oh, give me an example.
There's so many. There's just so many characters who came along where I was like, I don't get how this, and then all of a sudden we're doing this, and I don't really want to ruin the whole thing.
Sure.
But there was a lot of, it felt like it didn't link together properly.
And that's what I said. After it was over, I was like, it felt like there's one section where Ben Affleck goes to like speed date, but because we have established that he has a certain layer of, or a certain element of autism where, and they give it a name. I don't know the name. I don't remember it, but that he has difficulty with social cues, and he's very honest, and he takes things very literally. And so we do this quick dating thing. So that's one thing. And then no other reference back to it. I said, even if one of those women had texted him later in the movie and he's like, oh, made a connection, none of that happened. Then we have the guy, J.K. Rowling, which is a nice name, J.K. Simmons.
Who's from the original movie.
Right. His story is confusing a little bit.
I was about to say, if you hadn't seen the first one at all, or even seen a recap, when I looked on the internet about this movie, it said, oh, you don't even need to have seen the first one. The second one's standalone and you'll understand everything. Would you?
I don't think you would understand the value of his relationship with the JK guy, right? So that's what would have been missing, that he was actually his go-to. So JK guy was like the head of the treasury or whatever, and our guy is like a criminal accountant, but he helps the government catch bad guys. So he was an informant to the JK guy. I also think of him as the Spider-Man guy. I forget his name in the Spider-Man movies.
Jonah Jameson.
Yes. Yeah. I see him yelling at a desk with a cigar in his mouth. Yeah. So that's the relationship. And so they care about each other. So when that is now jeopardized, are you spoiling anything?
Well, it's in the opening sequence.
Right. So Ben Affleck's character has a reason now to finish what JK started. Which
is a murder mystery.
Right. I think if you didn't have the first movie, but then it wasn't like they were cozied up to each other. It was just that they had a mutual understanding that I know you break the law and I am the federal government, but you help me out. And so
it's that old thing.
It wasn't like a fatherly figure or anything like that I'm aware of.
But then this movie, unlike the first movie, goes down the action route. There's a lot of shooting.
There is, yeah.
There's a lot of grenades. There's a lot of fighting. The first movie was a lot more subdued and, I would say, more intelligent.
That's what I said. Yeah, definitely.
Whereas this one's more rock'em sock'em, let's fire grenades at people and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely wanting to be a little bit of a transporter, James Bond born situation.
That movie we watched, The Working Man with Statham, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Same.
Like the last third of it is basically an action movie. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. I'm leading towards worse.
I don't think it's bad.
I mean, it just doesn't seem... That's where I was talking about the plausible part, where two men just barge into the heaviest, most armed, and, take them all down. And I know Jason Statham takes everybody down on his own, but I feel like this movie, especially the first part of this movie, the Accountant 1, was trying to be more grounded.
In my memory, yes.
Yeah. And this one is not. It's trying to be action-packed with high stakes. These bad guys are really bad.
Very bad.
You want them to die because of what they're doing.
You want more throat punches.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I love the throat punches.
And John Bernthal plays Ben Affleck's brother, and he did it in the first one as well. And in this one, they just team up as buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's played out a little bit. You see it so much, don't you? But they do play well together.
Yes, I will say that one of my favorite things, even though I don't love the kind of really pushing the acting like idiot brothers as like they were 12 years old or something, I find that really gross and boring. Yeah. However, the two of them together, when they're in the action sequences, when they're shooting at the bad guys in the little compound, then when they're in the vehicle and they're pulling things off each other and he's helping him, it's almost like they were totally in sync with each other. I found that really compelling to watch.
But then, you've got all this serious solving this thing and you're working on stuff. And then we'll cut to like where they go out to a bar for a night. And that feels totally jarring because it's not the same kind of movie.
Agree.
Particularly during that bar scene. It felt like it belonged in another movie. But also, when Shane from The Walking Dead comes charging towards the camera and then they do a freeze frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was feel like weird. It's from something else.
I was very weird.
When have we ever done anything like that in this movie? Yeah. Any stylistic anything? We haven't. And now we're doing it? Okay. So yeah, it felt like that's where I think I felt disjointed.
A little bit.
But then the last third of it I really enjoyed because I like watching the Punisher shooting stuff. Because they really filmed that well, I think.
Yes.
Shooting
Oh,
part.
it looks great. I think the whole thing looks good.
But then there's portions of it that are just very dull.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to like fully recommend.
And it's a little bit hard to follow. So
I definitely had issues following.
We have our JK guy has some reason to want to find this family in a photograph. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got that.
Let's see if you can break the whole thing down.
I can't. That's it.
And that's an issue, right?
And then I don't know why.
Because you're not the accountant.
But he has no explanation. There's no straight path in the story about the mother being who she is, the father, why they were, until we do the thing on the wall with all the patchwork stuff, which I like.
Wait, how many times have you seen that?
Yeah,
before?
but I love that. I think that's a fun
what
feature.
Do you call it?
I don't even know. Detective walls, what I call it. Where he's explaining, so we get a little exposition from Affleck, like this is who they are and this is why, blah, blah. And now you kind of start to understand why JK wants to find them or reunite them or save them. I can't even figure it out.
I've seen the whole film and I'm still not.
Yes.
Sure.
It's a little bit.
And that's where I was like, did I nod off? Because
we had the woman.
I don't feel like I understand it.
Who starts out as a nice, family lady in a photograph, and now she's atomic blonde.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to understand
how she goes from that to that.
Even if someone's listening to this podcast, and somebody is, because they're listening to what I'm saying, they're going to say, we're not making any sense. And that's why. It's a little bit.
And that's the old problem I had, because when it was over, I was like, I still don't understand some of the motivations or some of the...
Right. We understand that human trafficking is bad.
Yeah.
Murdering children en masse is bad. Okay,
yeah.
These are the underlying things. We didn't really seem to care much about the men who were profiting from women who seemed to be enslaved to be prostitutes. That didn't seem to be a problem for anyone.
No, that was just getting
information.
Going through that to get to something else.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the one time that I was really jarred was like, we have this guy, we've kidnapped this criminal, horrible guy, put him in the trunk, and we've beat him up a little bit, and we're trying to get information out of him. And then the next thing is he's in a room with our federal agent, with his lawyer, talking about making a deal with the feds.
Yeah.
But he's like Mr. Bad Motherfucker. And yet we're skipping. And also, like, how to get out of the trunk.
Yeah.
There's so much
and that's
going on.
That's one of my complaints, that I
Was
feel like I missed
scene?
something.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed something many times.
Even just a scene showing, so they kidnapped this guy, they put him in the trunk. That was part of the joke because he's pounding to get out of the trunk and the woman is freaking out. She's a federal agent. She doesn't want to be a kidnapper. Then the next thing you know, like I said, they're in a very nice office building with the guy from the trunk who's all beat up. So I need a scene in between where Ben Affleck and Shane from The Walking Dead / Punisher pull him out of the trunk and say, look, you can do your thing, but we know where you live or whatever.
I've got a scene where they drive into an underground car park marked FBI. They dump him out on the floor and they just drive out of there. At least you would know why he was there.
Something,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a few times where I was like, we've jumped from one thing to another here, and I don't know why we're here.
Are the dumb ones. Maybe we're supposed to just get all this.
Yeah, after watching it, I was thinking, no, maybe it is constructed. Maybe there is some bad construction in there.
Mm.
Or scenes were cut out in editing, were cut out to make it shorter or whatever, or they didn't like the scene, and those were important scenes to an actual just regular viewer who's trying to follow it. It does get from A to B eventually, but there are a bunch of, like I said, dull parts in the middle. I know it's the accountant and you want to watch him working stuff out, but you know what? They didn't really have enough of that. Him working stuff out.
Oh, no, he just did the wall and then we didn't even see him do the wall.
No.
It just happened.
Like in the first one, I remember there was a lot of focusing on how he gets to the point, how he dissects everything and gets to it. But in here, it was just like, you just have to assume he knows.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent. He's going to figure everything out. And that's it. So there's no like working with him? Also, how is he like super highly trained with guns and all that?
I think we established that in the first movie, and I forgot, and clearly you forgot as well.
Like he went to like...
Oh, his father. We got to recap in this one. It said the guy said, Shane from Walking Dead said, Dad trained us
right
to do all the stuff. Remember?
Also,
somebody said it.
His brother, cheeky chappy, John Bernthal, the Punisher, well, like a straight up murderer.
Absolutely.
Cuts throats. There's a hotel room.
He's an assassin.
Also a psychopath. He's in a hotel room talking to a girl at a table. And then when the camera pulls out, as he's leaving he's killed so many people in that room.
Yeah.
And she is like sat there like scared to death while he's just having some stupid conversation with her.
Yeah, he's sort of like you said,
glib. He's glib.
Glib is a bit much, yeah.
If they're expecting you to like him, because you might say, well, all the people in that room were bad guys.
But we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what his job was in that instance.
And layered on top of that is him calling a lady about getting a dog because he needs a dog. And he's being all dumb and weird about it, which I found really...
The dumb, like him talking to himself in the mirror.
Yeah, like he's getting up his courage to talk to a lady about getting a puppy.
And self-harming himself.
Again, but we have to remind people, I don't have a sense of humor. I don't find shit like that very funny. So.
I think the whole him talking to himself in the mirror was to show that he's got a level of something as well, right? Like
something.
I would call it psychopathness.
Oh.
I reckon he's like a psychopath who's trying to subdue himself. Because like he's insane, right?
Kind of, yeah.
And the job he's chosen, which is like an assassin, kind of lets him get away with it.
True.
So I feel like, and while his brother's over there being an accountant, but also is sort of a kind of psychopath.
Absolutely.
In a way. So they both like dealing with stuff. and yeah, the movie does get that across, but I definitely think there's a construction issue. Also, the way that they kind of set it up, like maybe there'll be another one.
Feels like it.
But
I don't mind it though. See, I can say all these negative things and I still don't mind it. Like it's not transporter level for me. So let's not get that far.
No, it's not even Working Man, which we saw recently, level. I actually had more fun during that one. And that might just be, I really like watching Statham do his thing.
Yeah.
It's as dopey as this is, I guess. All right, let's put it this way. This one is as dopey as a Statham movie. It's just trying to pretend it's clever. You know?
Maybe.
Because really, like, it leads to them just like two men running into a compound full of 50 men and trying to take them all down. It
seemed like there was a bad guy generator, like in a video game.
It did a little bit.
Yeah.
There was some, and then another wave came, and then another wave. Yeah, but
thug generator.
I mean, for them to literally just drive into it like kamikaze style and just try and win.
You know, that reminded me of is like a Rambo or a Texas Walker Ranger thing guy.
Right.
That guy who goes into the jungle to save MIAs and stuff like that.
Yeah, like a suicide mission. Because it didn't seem very well executed. It's like, we're driving very fast. Oh, look, there's the gate. Smash through it. And everybody's firing at them.
I guess I didn't think that was that out of character for this movie. It seemed like it fit exactly right.
Yeah. It did. You know, though, for somebody who is an accountant, expert with all you could put up a chart on the wall and calculate everything. Wasn't much calculating in that.
I think he got blinded by his mission. That's what we're going to say.
All right, let's get on to the cast. Ben Affleck reprises his role as Christian Wolf. Christian Wolf sounds like the main character of 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, does it? I've never seen 50 Shades of Grey.
I think he might be called Christian Wolf or something. What do you think of Ben Affleck as Christian Wolf? Let's not mention the...
I have always been a fan, more or less, of Mr. Affleck. And so I like watching him. And I don't mean that like I want to look at him. I mean, I like seeing him perform. And it's got very specific affectations. He's got very specific physicality. Like, I'm convinced he knows how to handle those weapons and how to fight and everything. I'm good with that. I like it when he gets really, really pissed off, even though we don't see him as angry because he's very controlled. But I think he does a good job. And and even Bernthal, I'm not a huge fan except very specific things. I didn't mind the Punisher.
Did you notice there was an excessive amount of reloading weapons scenes? Where they have to reload.
I just assume because I don't know anything about weapons.
It keeps zooming in on them reloading. I was like,
well, that's because in practice they got really good at it. That's all I can imagine.
Or it looks cool.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I like Ben Affleck. I feel like if you watch this one and the other one back to back, it might ruin it because they're not the same. He's not the same.
True.
They're not the same. The movies, the tone of them. I feel like it was better for us not to revisit the first one after seeing that recap.
I don't know. I don't think it would hurt anything if you watch it. It's just, it's got a different, I mean, it's 8 years later, so you have to account for that.
This one's much more, considering the subject matter, lighthearted.
Definitely.
And the subject matter is really dark, yet somehow there's jokes and banter and playfulness.
True, all true.
John Bernthal plays Braxton, his brother. He literally does the John Bernthal thing.
Yeah.
If you like
Which
that.
is functional.
Yeah.
And in this one, I think him and Affleck sat down. He's like, look, man, you've also got a soft side to you. You've also got like this squishy guy who wants to like have a puppy. Yeah. So I want to see that. And then we did.
You know, the movie with Rami Malek we saw the other week. And then he turns up at a place and there's John Bernthal sat at that table.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I forgot about it.
It's literally like that was this guy, but just waiting there somehow.
True.
Like the same guy.
Oh, could have been.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it could have been, couldn't it? It's a similar type of scenario. J.K. Simmons plays Ray King. He's literally in the opening sequence.
Yeah.
If you're not a J.K. Simmons fan, you're not tuning in
no.
for him. And Cynthia Adai Robinson plays Mary Beth Medina. She's like our main female character in this movie.
One of the two, yeah.
And she was in the other one as well.
Yeah.
I quite liked her.
Oh, yeah. I think she does a good job.
She has this like thing where she's working with them, but then she sees kind of like what John Bernthal really is. And
she's a federal agent and they're criminals. And so she wants to distance herself. And yet the reality is she can only do her job. Yeah. If they all co-op.
And then there's the side plot of her choosing an office chair.
Yeah.
That's another thing that seems like it came from another movie.
Yeah, didn't really need that, like, you know, the human side of people and all that seemed, maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but I don't care.
This is directed by Gavin O'Connor, who directed The Accountant. And then this one.
Good job, Gavin.
Yeah, Gavin. We don't really know you much, but we do know that you can direct movies called The Accountant. And extras, we did not see any IMDb reviews. What are those?
Those are reviews from the website IMDb, which is the Internet Movie Database. And you're going to pull out the ones that are 1 star out of 10, which means these people didn't like it.
Yeah, and it gets 6.7 out of 10 overall.
Okay.
It's quite high, I think.
It is.
First guy says, well, I'll guess right off the bat that this sequel has a different director than the first superior film. Nope.
Incorrect.
I honestly didn't know what the heck was going on with the mystery woman with the kid and the main characters that seem to have undergone a personality transplant.
Okay, so we're not alone in our confusion.
Braxton is now a insecure doofus, and Christian is a cartoon as compared to the deadpan master killer from the first movie. I've watched The Accountant maybe 10 times, but this one's a big nope.
I can't disagree with all of that. Can you?
I mean, that's exactly where I'm coming from with maybe it's better we didn't watch the first one. It might make this one seem even worse than we're thinking of.
So you think you needed to just make a different movie where he's also an action star and Blumenthal's also his brother, but just different characters?
Yeah. And the second guy says, not the movie I wanted or expected. It's nothing like the first. Even Ben Affleck has forgotten who the character is and plays it completely differently. All in all, it's a pretty rubbish standard action movie that happens to feature 2 brothers where one has autism. Not a good movie, not a good follow-up. It grated on me from the first moment. It's so annoying, you won't even recognize the main character. It's also true, in a way.
Sadly.
And the final guy says, Accountant 2 is less a sequel and more a lecture with explosions, except somehow the math is less accurate and the explosions are less exciting than the first one. Ben Affleck looks like he's doing his taxes on autopilot, and the plot is so convoluted it feels like it was written by a malfunctioning calculator.
Oh.
This guy tried to get as many jokes about accountancy
into
his review. If you like the first film, do yourself a favor. Pretend this sequel never happened and is struck off the books.
Oh.
Another accounting.
Got it.
Yeah. I agree with those people.
Oh. I don't fully, because I think it's a fine watch, and I'm not going to tell you not to watch it just because I didn't love it, but it has potential, but yet it's done. We can't do anything to fix it.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it. Again, I sometimes rate films on whether I remember. Like Eddington, I still think a little bit about it. It's been over a week, right? You might not have heard the review of Eddington yet, though, as a viewer, listener.
Me?
It's the way the internet works.
I was going to say me? Definitely not. I don't listen to our podcast.
No, but, we might not have done the Eddington review yet. We have watched it, though. What I'm saying is I'm still thinking about that a little bit, because it's like, it was challenging in a way, right? I don't think this is, and I don't think you will remember. You'll definitely not remember this next week.
That's true.
All right, let's give this movie a score. I'm going to give The Accountant 2 a 6 out of 10.
That may be pushing it, but I'll go with that.
Yeah, I really thought about giving it a 5.
Yeah, I feel like it's average, which is also fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's average, but...
Yeah, it's not in the 2 out of 10 category. It's not a bad movie.
Here's the deal. I would watch Accountant 3. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would.
It looks like Accountant 3 might be a television show from what I'm getting.
That's fine. I'll watch that.
Yeah. So, yeah, Accountant 2. What did you give it? 6? I give it a 6.
I think I'll push for 6.
All right. 6. All right. Thank you to Warner Brothers. Next week, we're going to look at the movie. It's based on a Stephen King book called The Life of Chuck.
Okay.
Do you know it?
I don't.
It stars Tom Hiddleston. You know him?
I don't know him personally. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
I know of him.
All right. A Scully stuff. Not A Scully stuff. Movie recommendations. I'm going to give you The Punisher, the best John Bernthal thing in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree.
And Batman, my favorite Ben Affleck thing, apart from Chasing Amy.
Yeah, Chasing Amy. So that's tough competition.
I did like Affleck as Batman. I know people didn't, but I thought he was a good Batman.
He was all right.
Batman.
He was all right. And my recommendations, you're saying they're not recommendations. They're just movies I have seen. And so you can bask in watching them and be like me. And they are going back to all of movies since the beginning of movies in the horror genre. And I'm up to the year 2005, 2006 years. And we're starting with Land of the Dead. You know which one that is?
The one with...
Yes, Leguizamo.
A hotel? Like a big skyscraper?
Yes, Dennis Hopper, Leguizamo. Yes. I like that one. I know you are not a huge fan of it, but I liked it. And then we have Hostel. The original like Hostel.
I like that.
Was there a drill and a knee involved? Yes, just saying.
And an Achilles heel.
Oh, my. There's also Devil's Rejects from 2005.
We mentioned that last week.
We did. Somehow I've squeezed it in
That's my favorite of Rob Zombie's movies.
Then we move into 2006, and I've got Sweeney Todd, which I really loved. For some reason, I just love the idea of it, and I like Helen Bonham Helen.
You like her that much?
Helen Bonham Carter. Helen Carter. That's what I'm going to call her. Helen. I like Helen. And it's just creepy and weird, and it's a little theatrical, which I'm not usually into, but I liked it. I might not like it now, but I liked it then. And then we have The Host 2006. So not The Host, the recent one.
It's The Host from the...
This is the one with the big creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the movie? I always forget its name. The one that won the Oscar that the same director did.
Oh, this...
With the house and the people inside the house.
Yeah.
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 It lives... Parasite?
It
lives off of people.
So The Host was that guy's first ever movie.
And it was quality. You got to read subtitles, so just get over it. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Cidtalk. Hey, Scully stuff. I've been playing more Guitar Hero and more Fortnite Guitar Hero. That's all I've been playing.
Nice.
I mean, I press the buttons and the music comes down. And then I get better every time.
All true.
That's the best part. Cidtalk, what is your advice? Or what's for dinner?
What's for dinner? I don't know yet.
Or both of those things.
I haven't decided. So we've got things we can make, and then I can also go get something, which I don't want to do. So I'll probably just make, I don't know, burger and chips. Something like that.
Aye.
Maybe Subway. I don't know. I don't want to go anywhere.
We could have burger in one of those buns.
Oh, that's what we're having.
And lettuce.
Okay.
And chips.
That's what we're having then. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
Yeah. Well
and then my advice isn't advice. It's just me telling you something that you may or may not like. I don't care. So I personally, I see all the memes and I see all the little things people write up about this or share, whatever. I do not think it's better to be kind than to be correct. It isn't. Now, kindness is subjective. Being correct about something is not. So being right or righteous about an idea or an opinion, that's different than being correct. If you're observing someone's behavior and they do the same stupid shit over and over and over, and then they talk about how it's damaging them in their life, and then they keep doing it over and over and over, and you sit there and smile and nod and you try to be kind, it's not better than saying to them, hey, have you thought about this? Because what I'm observing is you do this behavior, this is happening, this is hurting you. I know you want to change it or fix it, so maybe we can go that direction. And it's maybe something they don't want to hear. It is not being unkind. If everybody wants to just be nice all the fucking time, we're all going to be squishy and lost, and our lives will be destroyed. Because being nice and kind for the sake of it, because you're afraid of confrontation, or you're afraid someone might not like you, or you might hurt their feelings. If we do that en masse, we learn nothing. Being kind all the time is so boring, and it doesn't move you forward. It's got its place. I'm not an unkind person. I mean, I can be. I'm not a super nice person because it's not really it's not a habitual thing. It doesn't come out of me naturally to be like nice, you know, and you're married to me. I just think that when we blind ourselves to this idea that telling someone the truth, and I don't mean like my interpretation of a situation. I mean, if I can see someone's doing a thing that's hurting them, and then they ask me, am I doing something that's hurting myself? And I say, no, you're fine. I'm lying, right? It's not the truth. Like the truth is right in front of our faces. And so I would personally rather hear the truth. I'd rather have someone say to me, my God, you act like a bitch, or I hate you because you act like a show off, or you're not very nice, or maybe someone thinks I'm an idiot because they think intelligence is measured in a way that they're wrong about. My ego is not at risk here. I just think that you can't just say, always be kind, because it doesn't work. And it isn't the truth. And it will break more things than it fixes. You know, figure out the circumstance, figure out the situation, apply, correct as you can. You know, if you want to be honest and be kind at the same time, well, that's a whole other balancing act, and you can figure it out. You know, depends on the audience, I suppose, but that is all.
Be kind, rewind, is what I say.
That's a whole other thing.
It is. All right. Thank you, Cidtalk.
Bye.
Let's play some music. You can catch us on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. I'm A Scully, she's Cidtalk, and I don't believe you are on all of those platforms.
Mm-mm.
You can also catch this podcast on ascully.com, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube, anywhere that podcasts are available. Email feedback to me, ascully@ascully.com. Don't email Cidtalk. She doesn't want your email. And stay classy, the accountant, to Electric Boogaloo.
That's an old joke. And I'm going to say, think for yourself, because if you're not doing it, someone's doing it for you.